Hey everyone, and welcome to today's Explainer. Okay, we've got to talk about a story that literally just sent shockwaves through the entire tech world. Imagine for a second an entire industry operating under one massive, completely unquestioned assumption that building the smartest artificial intelligence out there requires an endless, exponentially growing supply of incredibly expensive hardware. Well, a single release from a Chinese AI startup just shattered that assumption overnight. Today, we're breaking down the DeepSeek disruption. We're going to look specifically at how their V4 and R1 models managed to bring frontier-level AI to the world at an absolute fraction of the expected cost.
Just to help us wrap our heads around the sheer scale of this disruption, $600 billion. Back in January 2025, when DeepSeek dropped their reasoning model called R1, NVIDIA's stock tanked by nearly 17% in a single day. That wiped out close to $600 billion in market value. Poof, gone. R1 literally became the most downloaded app on the App Store within 48 hours. So why the massive panic on Wall Street? Because investors had bet billions on the idea that frontier AI required frontier hardware costs.
Which naturally brings us to a huge, multi-billion-dollar question. What if frontier AI actually doesn't require those massive hardware costs? Look, DeepSeek R1 was matching the reasoning capabilities of OpenAI's heavily funded models, but analysts estimated DeepSeek trained R1 for under $6 million. Compare that to the hundreds of millions being dropped by their Western competitors. It was a massive wake-up call that completely changed the math of artificial intelligence development.
All right, let's dive into Section 1, the rapid evolution of DeepSeek.
If we look at the timeline here, it really kicks off with that wild R1 release in January 2025. The reasoning model that proved high performance could actually be achieved super efficiently. Then came their mid-generation workhorse V3.2, which rolled out mid-year and reliably handled a ton of production deployments. But the real game changer, that hit in April 2026 with the release of V4 Pro and V4 Flash. We're talking about 1.6 trillion parameter powerhouses, released as open weights under an MIT license. They represent the absolute current state-of-the-art for what is an incredibly fast-moving organization.
Moving right along to Section 2, under the hood, the mixture of experts engine.
So, the secret sauce making all this efficiency possible, it's called the mixture of experts, or MOE, architecture. Now, the old industry assumption was that more intelligence unilaterally means you need more compute, which means you need more GPUs. MOE totally flips that paradigm on its head. Instead of firing up the entire massive network for every single word it processes, MOE actually routes the input to a very small, specialized subset of expert subnetworks.
Think of traditional dense models, kind of like a giant hospital. Every single doctor, nurse, and specialist in the entire building is called into the room to consult on a patient with a minor wrist fracture. I mean, that's incredibly expensive and super inefficient, right? Well, in the MO model that DeepSeek uses, you still have the depth of that massive 1,600-person institution on standby, but you only page the 49-person orthopedic team needed for that exact fracture. You get the expertise of the whole hospital, but you literally only pay for the specific team you activate.
And guys, the sheer scale of this efficiency is honestly staggering. V4 Pro has a massive 1.6 trillion total parameters, so that's our giant hospital, but only 49 billion parameters are active per token. That ratio is exactly how DeepSeek manages to keep inference costs so insanely low, even at a scale that completely dwarfs most of its competitors. But they didn't stop at the MOE structure. V4 introduces some serious architectural leaps. They use something called DeepSeek sparse attention. What that means is, even at a massive 1 million token context window, V4 Pro requires only 27% of the per token compute compared to their previous generation, and just 10% of the memory cache. Oh, and they didn't just throw massive amounts of expensive supervised data at it either. They used a really clever rules-based reinforcement learning approach to teach the model how to reason. We're talking fundamental, structural efficiency here.
Let's jump into Section 3, capability versus the frontier. Now, this is where we really have to separate the marketing hype from the hard, independent benchmarks. DeepSeek's self-reported coding numbers, they are phenomenal. They're scoring 93.5% on Live Code Bench, which is right up there with top-tier models. However, independent evaluations from NIST tell a slightly different story when it comes to general intelligence. Across things like sciences, cyber, and abstract reasoning, NIST found that DeepSeek V4 actually lags behind the absolute cutting-edge US frontier models by about 8 months. So while it is absolutely a coding powerhouse, for general intelligence, it performs a bit more comparably to GPT-5 rather than the newer GPT 5.5 or Claude Opus 4.7.
Okay, Section 4, Unbeatable Pricing and Applications.
All right, prepare for the wow factor. Look at this difference. Let's say you have an engineering team running 10 million coding tokens a day. Using Claude Opus 4.7 would cost you roughly 35 grand a month. Using DeepSeek V4 Pro, that gives you near-frontier coding quality for just $3,480 a month. You heard that right, it is exactly 1/7 the API output cost. For businesses, this isn't just a fun little marginal saving, it's a make-or-break difference that literally dictates whether an AI product is economically viable to build in the first place.
Breaking down these disruptive pricing tiers, it's kind of mind-blowing. V4 Pro is just $1.74 for input and $3.48 for output per million tokens. And get this, if you hit the cache with repeated context, that price drops by 75% down to just 44 cents. Then you look at V4 Flash, at 14 cents for input and 28 cents for output, it is cheaper than every single Tier 1 consumer model on the market right now, including Gemini 3.1 Flash Lite. Plus, they throw in 5 million free tokens just for testing, basically dropping the financial barrier to entry to zero.
So what does this actually mean for us? Well, it opens up some massive professional use cases. Obviously, high-volume coding and cost-sensitive production systems like customer support are huge winners here. But the absolute biggest advantage? The capability for self-hosted, air-gapped deployments. Because V4 Pro is an 86.5 gigabyte open-weight download under a super permissive MIT license, heavily regulated industries like banking, healthcare, and government can run the whole shebang entirely on-premise. They get that near-frontier intelligence without ever sending a single byte of sensitive data to a third-party API.
Of course, we need Section 5, the reality check. Let's talk limitations and risks.
Because look, there are 4 totally objective limitations you absolutely have to consider before jumping in. First up, data sovereignty. DeepSeek is a Chinese lab. If you use their hosted API, your data is traversing infrastructure subject to Chinese jurisdiction. For organizations bound by GDPR or strict financial and national security rules, this is a major compliance hurdle, which, again, is exactly why self-hosting those open weights is such a big deal. Second, like we talked about, there's that 8-month capability gap for the really complex multi-step reasoning tasks. Third, their direct API can definitely struggle with reliability when demand spikes. And fourth, the model is pretty verbose. It tends to use a lot more tokens to explain its reasoning, averaging around 190 million tokens on standard evaluations compared to the standard 41 million. So tasks might end up costing just a bit more computationally than that base token rate suggests.
Which brings us to Section 6, the final verdict.
All right, here's your green light. Who should absolutely be using V4? You should be all over this if you're a startup running massive, price-sensitive AI workloads, because getting things at 1/7 the cost totally changes your unit economics. It's also a perfect fit for regulated organizations that actually have the server space to self-host those open weights on-premise. And of course, for AI researchers who need the flexibility to tinker under an MIT license, or teams who need ultra-fast responses using V4 Flash, this is without a doubt the best value model in the world right now. But on the flip side, here's the red light. You should probably look elsewhere if you're operating in defense or government and you do not have the resources to self-host. That hosted API just presents too many compliance risks. You should also pass if your project requires the absolute smartest, most cutting-edge reasoning available today. For that, you really need to stick to GPT 5.5 or Claude Opus 4.7. Finally, if you need strict 99.9% uptime directly from a single vendor, or if you're still building on their legacy DeepSeek chat models that are officially retiring on July 24, 2026, you'll definitely need to rethink your strategy. Which wraps up our explainer today, leaving us with one absolutely crucial question to think about. Given this incredible cost disruption, the flexibility of the open-source MIT license, and of course those undeniable compliance caveats, is DeepSeek entering your tech stack? Take a good look at your infrastructure, check out those API bills, and decide for yourself if the best value model in AI belongs in your next big project. Thanks so much for joining me on this deep dive, and keep building.